Why people stay in toxic relationships even when they know it's destroying them. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Have you ever looked at someone's relationship and thought, why don't they just leave? Maybe that someone is you. You know it hurts, you know it's draining. You've cried, promised yourself, this is the last time. Yet somehow, you're still there. And the worst part? You don't feel stupid. You feel stuck. Today, we're not going to judge. We're not going to say just leave or love yourself more. Instead, we're going to uncover the invisible psychological traps that keep people tied to toxic relationships, even intelligent, strong, loving people. And stay until the end, because the last reason is the one almost nobody talks about, but it's often the hardest chain to break. Toxic relationships don't survive because of weakness. They survive because they rewire the brain. Reason number 1. Intermittent reinforcement, the emotional slot machine. Toxic relationships are unpredictable. One day, they're cold, distant, cruel. The next day, they're loving, apologetic, charming. That inconsistency does something dangerous to the brain. It creates intermittent reinforcement, the same psychological mechanism used in gambling addiction. Your brain starts thinking, if I just try harder, if I say the right thing, maybe I'll get the good version again. You're not staying for who they are, you're staying for who they sometimes become. And that sometimes is powerful enough to keep people trapped for years. Reason number 2, trauma bonding, pain plus love equals addiction. Trauma bonding happens when love and pain become intertwined. The person who hurts you is also the person who comforts you. So your nervous system gets confused. Your body learns pain to relief, to closeness, to attachment. Over time, your brain starts associating emotional chaos with love. That's why calm relationships can feel boring afterward, and toxic ones feel intense, deep, irreplaceable. But intensity is not intimacy. Reason number 3. The I can fix them illusion. This one traps the kindest people. You see their trauma, their past, their potential. You don't love who they are, you love who they could be. So you stay, hoping your patience will heal them. But here's the truth most people learn too late. Love does not rehabilitate someone who refuses to change. You end up shrinking yourself while waiting for them to grow. Reason number 4. Fear of being alone. For many people, the relationship isn't chosen, it's tolerated because being alone feels scarier than being unhappy, especially if you've been abandoned before. You tie your worth to being chosen. You've invested years into the relationship. So the brain whispers, at least this pain is familiar. And familiarity feels safer than the unknown, even when it hurts. Reason number 5. Sunk cost fallacy. I've invested too much. You've invested time, energy, emotions, dreams. Leaving feels like admitting it was for nothing. So you stay longer, hoping the ending will justify the suffering, but staying doesn't recover lost time. It only adds more to the cost. Reason number 6. Identity erosion. In toxic relationships, you don't leave all at once. You disappear slowly. You stop voicing opinions. You stop setting boundaries. You stop recognizing yourself. So when it's time to leave, a terrifying question appears. Who am I without this person? The relationship didn't just take your peace, it became your identity. Reason number 7. Normalized dysfunction. If chaos was normal in your childhood, then chaos feels familiar in adulthood. You don't recognize red flags. They feel like home. Your nervous system is calibrated to survival, not safety. So peace feels suspicious, and toxicity feels familiar. Here's the reason nobody talks about. Sometimes people stay because leaving means facing their pain alone. No more distraction, no more hope of change, no more maybe tomorrow, just silence. And silence can be terrifying when you've avoided it for years. But healing only starts after the noise stops. If this video felt personal, that's not weakness. That's awareness waking up. Leaving a toxic relationship isn't about strength, it's about clarity. And clarity comes slowly, but once it arrives, it doesn't leave. And remember, you didn't stay because you're broken. You stayed because you were human.